Shabbat Shalom and Happy Thanksgiving. This week of Thanksgiving, a secular holiday with very Jewish themes of gratitude and coming together over food, we read Parshat Vayeshev. In Vayeshev, we begin to hear the story of Joseph, the dreamer, the firstborn of Rachel, the owner of an amazing Technicolor Dreamcoat, or in Hebrew, Ketonet Pasim. But what really is a Ketonet Pasim? Is it the coat of many colors modeled so fabulously by Donny Osmond in the musical? Unfortunately, probably not. A ketonet is a tunic. That's simple enough. But why pasim? The meaning is unclear. We could translate it as ornamented or of fine wool or linen based on context or other cases of the word in Jewish texts. Or Rashi, a medieval French commentator, cites a midrashic explanation, which says that it is pasim on account of the troubles that overtook him, or really, the people he was sold to, he being Joseph. The pei in pasim for Potiphar, the Egyptian Joseph was sold to, the samech for sochrim, the traders who bought and sold Joseph, yud for Yishmaelim, the Ishmaelites, and Mem for Midianim, the Midianites. This is interesting because Joseph's actual journey of being sold is a little confusing. His brothers decide to sell him to the Ishmaelites, and then the Midianite Sochrim, or traders, come by, and then they sell him to the Ishmaelites, who brought Joseph to Egypt. Rashi clears this up for us and explains that the brothers sold him to the Ishmaelites, and the Ishmaelites to the Midianites, and the Midianites brought him to Egypt. Unfortunately, Rashi's explanation doesn't cover why when Joseph gets to Egypt, Potiphar buys him from the Ishmaelites. But even with the inconsistencies, I like the idea that Joseph's Ketonet Pasim tells the story of his journey, especially when, in this parsha, his clothing is used to misrepresent his story twice. The first case is after Joseph's brothers sell him. They take his Ketonet Pasim, his coat of many colors, put animal blood on it, and bring it to their father Jacob as evidence that Joseph was killed by an animal. The second case is after Joseph is sold into slavery in Egypt. He works for a man named Potiphar, and they get along pretty well. Joseph actually rises to some amount of power and trust in Potiphar's house. But then Potiphar's wife tries to seduce Joseph. In her attempt to seduce him, she grabs Joseph's shirt, and he slips out of it and gets away. But she uses the shirt to put blame on Joseph, to blame the encounter on Joseph, and Potiphar throws him in jail. If the use of the word pasim really predicts Joseph's fate, it fits nicely into the pattern of clothing getting Joseph into a lot of trouble in this parsha. It is only after all his outer layers are stripped away, after Joseph hits rock bottom, that he is able to come back to himself and fulfill his purpose. May we learn from Joseph not to rely on our outer layers, but to invest in our inner selves, which no one can take away. On this Shabbat of Thanksgiving, may we look inward to find gratitude for the things that truly matter in our lives, and then reach out to share our gratitude with the world around us. Shabbat Shalom.